Wokwelo, Wokwelo, Wokwelo.
Hey, I'm Chase and I'm with Prism Media. I'm standing outside the TD building right now in downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, as they are the largest contributor to the Kinder Morgan Trans Mountain pipeline expansion. This pipeline is essentially connecting a pre-existing pipeline from Edmonton, Alberta, down to the coast of British Columbia. This has obviously pissed off a lot of activists, and I want to go figure out what exactly they're so pissed off about. So let's go.
It is completely without the support of the majority of Indigenous nations when the territory will pass the Kinder Morgan pipeline. It is without their proper consultation. These nations are saying no, and we stand with them and will stand with them, whether it's on the front lines or here in Vancouver at the financial center of this pipeline.
Divest TD!
Divest TD!
Divest TD!
When I say water, you say protect it. Water!
Protect it! No!
Divest!
No!
Stop Kinder Morgan pipeline now!
Stop Kinder Morgan pipeline now!
Hey, Trudeau! Kinder Morgan's got to go!
Hey, Trudeau! Kinder Morgan's got to go!
Okay, we're going to sing a song, and it's a sacred water song. Because water is affected, water is sacred, water is life. Ignore the horns. We're going to do this and do the song. We need to make a statement, stand up tall. And we can do it together. Much gracias.
Bill, main reason you're here. Start with that.
Well, the Kinder Morgan pipeline project has so many things wrong with it. I don't know where to start. I think it's but over kind of the underneath all this is the fact that we're destroying the planet. You know, this is what's happening everywhere in the world, and who's destroying it? It's the financial institutions. They've captured government, and they're forcing government to do these projects, which are not in the interest of people, but are in interest of some financial gain. And very specifically, the pipeline is going to expand the tank farm that's in Burnaby. There are tank farm. You can see some pictures around here of tank farm fire.
Yeah.
If that explodes, there will be hundreds of thousands, maybe 100,000, but tens of thousands of deaths immediately. The pollution will be enormous, and there's going to be a spill. We know that.
So, first things first, main squabble you have with Kinder Morgan.
Well, the fact that the BC, the Burnaby fire people, the firemen met and said, we cannot save anyone, not if, when there's a problem.
Right, okay.
Burnaby Mountain goes up in flames. We cannot help you. Now, I am paraphrasing, but my sister, who is not an environmentalist, went to that meeting and came back aghast because she wasn't sure if she was against it or not. She lives on Burnaby Mountain, and she listened to the Burnaby City Council, and she listened to the firemen talking about it, and she came out shocked and aghast.
Wow.
I already knew a lot of this, but wow, indeed, it goes up, and there will be a disaster, if not there, here.
So,
did you see the little tiny spill, 2 years ago?
Whereabouts was that?
In English Bay? An itty bitty spill. It killed so many animals. There were seabirds covered. And again, our people tend to want to make things pretty in Vancouver. So there were no big signs saying, don't touch it. Don't let your animals near it.
Yes.
That stuff is so toxic and dangerous. And that was a teeny tiny contained spill.
Right. So
there's going to be a big one if Kinder Morgan gets through.
So, but let's just say, play devil's advocate here, and let's say that Kinder Morgan, because they're a big company, they have a lot of money, they're funded, as we know.
Yes.
The safety precautions that they have in place. Let's say.
Yes, let's see. Wasn't there just a leakage, as in 3 or 4 days ago, or last week?
Whereabouts was that?
Kinder Morgan up near Burnaby Mountain. There was one.
Burnaby?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Again, don't quote me because I have to triple check facts before I say that. But something happened very recently. I just rolled my eyes and went, "This is going to happen. It always happens. Safety schmafety. You can't." What do they want to do? At least quintuple everything. They want to make it so huge, and they're already having problems now. Safety schmafety.
Okay, so with obviously the increase in jobs and revenue for the country itself, you think
there
that's...
are other ways to get jobs in safer ways. Destroying the planet is not a healthy way to get jobs. I was a professional freelance writer, and then the internet came. Would you like us to have stopped the internet? I lost all my work because 100 magazines died across Canada in 1 year. Don't tell me defend the jobs and the cost of everything else. You learn to do something better and newer. That's not a problem for the planet.
I love the emotion and passion you have behind this. Is there, if there was anything you could say to somebody that works at TD or somebody that invests with TD, is there anything that you'd like to say to them personally?
Do the Canadian thing. Write a letter. Take your money out of there unless they divest. Put your money where your mouth is and put it into green equity. You can make money in that. My mother did just that. She was a city councillor in Burnaby. She saved Burnaby Lake. When she died, the province cover had her photograph with Lady at the Lake Dies. She found out her stocks had gasoline in them. She divested herself. This is maybe 30 years ago. Do it now. Write a letter. That's the most Canadian way. If that doesn't work, protest.
Exactly what you're doing now.
Yes, exactly.
Drawing some attention, so that's doing a good thing so far.
Yes, I have a big mouth.
I really appreciate you walking up and down and showing.
Well, you see, I have a bad back and fibromyalgia. I can't stand. I can't just stand there with a sign. It gives me agony. But if I move, I can last for hours.
How long do you think it's been going on for?
Well, I don't know. Usually I get these things on Facebook, and I didn't even hear about this one. I happened to be walking home and took part.
Oh, wow.
And I have somewhere to go, but I'm going to stay at least 15 more minutes and be loud, and then I have to go. But it's important. Lend your voice. Speak up, or we won't have a chance. Do we want to lose the salmon? Does anybody eat salmon? Does anybody like to swim? Does anybody like to lie on the beach? If you breathe, this is important. I do, and I like it.
So all in all, it seems like the main argument anybody has against this pipeline is a potential safety hazard. Obviously, safety is an issue, but I don't necessarily think a minimal risk in a multi-billion-dollar company is going to outweigh the thousands of jobs and tens of billions of dollars of additional revenue generated every year. I definitely love the passion people show for issues such as this. I don't necessarily think blocking traffic is going to do a hell of a lot other than piss a lot of people off, but I really do respect the involvement. This is Chase with Prism Media. See you next time.